So this video was sponsored by Aniba.com, which is a new gaming marketplace with over 9,000 digital products. Now they will bring you the hottest deals in the market of any title, whether it be new or old, and with their excellent Trustpilot score, you can be rest assured that you will receive the product and that your gaming will continue without a hitch. Now, they even host massive sales with discounts up to 70%, and to help me out, you can make that 73% with my 3% discount code by just using SuperRebel when you are on the checkout. So go ahead, check it out. The link is in the description below. What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So this one is very interesting because in a nutshell, the other day I posted a picture and boy oh boy did it spark a ton of comments from you guys debating games that should not even be a thing. Now, of course you guys see it on screen and this is what this video entails of. I'm going to be playing some trailers in the back of this video as well from the new Avengers game, Spider-Man, etc. because they're more or less the only superhero games we have actually to talk about in terms of current gen, I guess consoles really. But before we dive into this video, you know how we've been talking about the Avengers game and people have been doing custom characters, etc. Well, there's a new one that was actually posted on Reddit by the Revolution Doctor, which is a War Machine gear selection / loadout with Iron Man, and this looks absolutely insane. Now, you guys leave your thoughts on this as well in the comment section below, and as always, before I dive into this video and share my actual thoughts about this, the most important question that I want you guys to answer is, if only one of these games could make it to be an actual game on the next gen consoles, so PlayStation 5 or the new Xbox, what game would it be? Also worth pointing out, although they, I guess, concept arts of course, it still got me wondering about if these were all actual exclusives to either console. I mean, some games, superhero games, were exclusive to Xbox, and then you have like 2 exclusive to PlayStation 5. I mean, with the games already in the pipeline for PlayStation 5, which clearly, although it's not being officially confirmed, is obviously Spider-Man 2, and then of course we have this new Avengers game, which by the way isn't going to be anything drastically different, I don't think anyway. They just more or less said, you know, about how the PlayStation 5 will of course have backwards compatibility, so you know that doesn't really make a difference. But if you're actually looking for a superhero game coming up on the PlayStation 5, it would be Spider-Man 2 graphically, and really in terms of pushing limits in another, you know, game on another console. I think that is probably the first game that we have to look forward to. Now imagine if one company, in this case, let's just say Insomniac or Square Enix, took control of these titles. Wow, can you guys imagine how insane this would be? Now, like I said, when I posted this picture, it's something I did talk about a long time ago. We're talking like maybe almost a year ago when I saw something very similar to this, but I think it had like different characters and so forth, but it was more or less the same thing, and they were showing that they're of course going to be PlayStation exclusive. So hey, if you're a PlayStation owner, this is probably a great thing for you, because I don't know, whoever made this is saying they should be exclusive. Now, to kick this one off, of course, a Captain America game. Now, I see comments on that post saying something like, why would this even be a thing when we of course have, you know, the Avengers game? Now, my response to this is just no. I mean, one thing we do not have, right, besides the Spider-Man game, is a damn hero game that is an open world, where you can essentially roleplay as the character you are. Now, I think this is something that is just lacking in, I guess, the gaming industry, but also something that would just smash sales. Now, I don't want to hear about Lego Marvel, okay? I don't want to hear about any of that stuff. I want actual open world games with these big superheroes, okay? And I think this is something that is lacking, like I said. And it's also been proven, right, that a single player game that is open world can do just as well. Of course, we were kind of in this concept that, well, nowadays, if you're going to be releasing an open world game, it definitely needs to have some type of multiplayer, whether that would be co-op or just actual real life, you know, when I say real life, I mean actual working, okay, multiplayer with the entire world, or of course some type of leaderboards where you can compete with people around the world, which essentially is what Spider-Man PS4 had. But at the same time, as a single player game, it was a bunch of fun to play, because they were consistently trying to lure you back into the game, whether it was adding new suits in the game. Of course, we had the DLC, which unfortunately felt like it ended a whole lot quicker than it should have. And then, of course, now that they've just kind of like put the game to the side, people still play it, people are still getting the game now and still enjoying it. So it's a game that you play for ages, like a good couple of months, and then you stop, you leave it on the side, but then you go back to it because you're like, hey, the actual gameplay aspect of the game was really fun. Now, one big disappointment, I guess it's safe to say for all of us, is that this new Avengers game isn't an open world game. Although we have loads of these different regions and so forth, and you're fast traveling all the way around, like, it's still going to be a bunch of fun for sure. But my big idea was that if this game was going to be an open world, it would have absolutely smashed everything. I mean, it would have been a very difficult game essentially to create. However, going on the basis that they are adding different characters and so forth, it could be a ton of fun. Now, so far what we've seen for the world in that game, it does look like it has a lot of potential, and you can only imagine, like I said, if that was an open world. So to see a game like Captain America, Wolverine, especially Iron Man and Punisher, would be absolutely crazy. All open world, just imagine it. Now, I decided to take a few of your comments as well from that community post, and they were really interesting ones. Now, we have a comment from Spidey who done a wish list, so I'm only going to mention the top 3. Which is a common one. First of all is Dead. Now, all across the field, he is definitely ranking up as the #1 requested in all different types of categories, because I guess it's something we've never had, it's something that will be different, and it's something that everyone wants. Second thing is Captain America, and the third one is Ghost Rider. Now, like I said, the reason I wanted to show this one is purely because 138 of you guys thumbs up this comment, so I'm going to assume you agree with his list, okay? If we're talking top 3, this is something I guess you can vouch for, because you gotta look about it, right? I mean, I still would say an Iron Man game, they're kind of just testing the waters. We got the virtual reality games. Sure, they look great, but we kind of have to snap out of this whole virtual reality thing now. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fun. Like, it definitely is fun, but at the same time, I don't really like playing virtual reality games all the time. I just want to be able to sit down, and I guess we would call it old school now, where I just want to sit with my PlayStation control and play an open world Iron Man game. You've even seen mods on GTA 5. That's the closest right now that we're going to get to some type of realistic open world Iron Man game. But I mean, although it's set in LA, of course, I mean, it's still a bunch of fun. That looks absolutely insane. Now, the next one, which was, I just had to share it because it said, I'm sorry, but Wolverine looks like, and he and Punisher deserve a game just for the cover photo. And I have to say, the person that went ahead and created these cover arts, it looks realistic. It looks like something I would see on the shelf. Punisher looks like probably the game that would catch my eye personally, and then it'd probably be Iron Man, Wolverine, and Captain America, going that sort of order. But the cover arts for this look realistic as hell. I mean, this is really crazy, and of course these were all concept, of course, by Insomniac Games, because a lot of people are still saying that Insomniac Games really done a good job with Spider-Man, which they did, and if it was to be another company, I would definitely say Insomniac Games as well. Now, the next one is, if Wolverine was open world, I'd love to see it as a Red Dead Redemption 2 type of survival simulator set in the snowy forests of Canada, and you can hunt animals to stay alive, that sort of thing. So I'm guessing a Wolverine open world survival game. To me, I'm not gonna lie, I like it, but at the same time, it's not something do you know what? Scrap what I'm saying. I think that would be badass. I think that would actually be really cool thinking about it now, but eventually you would just get bored of it, but it's still fun at the same time. Now, the last one, which was, why would there be a Captain America open world game? That makes no sense. Punisher would just be GTA, same with Wolverine, just more claws. I have to just, I don't understand. We've got to really stop this here, okay? It wouldn't be. Like, when you think open world game, if it had the GTA's open world aspect, yes, because that's what everyone wants. That's what would make this game super unique and a ton of fun. But, I mean, if you talk about dark games, let's talk Punisher, let's talk, of course, Wolverine. To make these games unique, I'm talking like a Dark World, I'm talking like a Batman type of feel, like a Gotham feel, something along those lines. I mean, sure, you want it to be daytime at some point, but of course you wanted to have that dark feel to the game with these two characters, either Wolverine or Punisher. Whereas with Iron Man and Captain America, it's more of a different type of feel. But I want you guys to get in the comment section below and share your thoughts on this, and if we're all just going absolutely bonkers, you guys let me know in the comment section below. But that said, I guess to round it up, if you're a PlayStation owner, this would be great news for you, because Insomniac Games, if they were to take control, it would absolutely do crazy numbers. But guys, this is going to wrap up this video. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and until the next one, adios amigos.